It's been a while, hasn't it? After the traumatizing extinction of the wild animals, I really couldn't cope with being a part of that ship. My long-awaited departure had arrived. And here I am doing the exact same thing. God, it's been way too long! Good evening. Man. It's been so long since I said that. 6 months, in fact. But I'm the Urban Spaceman 2.0 and I'm back. So without further ado, welcome to the land of LEGO Pokemon Go knockoffs. Now, we all remember how prevalent and volatile Pokemon Go was. A trend that came and went. It was a rather successful game and burned out faster than a flame without oxygen. Only helped by the developers with their lack of content, but I never really played it. And honestly, I'm glad I didn't. To me, it seemed like a massive time waster, and I had better things to do. It seems we are bringing up this now, but Pokemon Go took over the world for some reason. And it's kinda similar to a very popular game right now that I can't put my finger on, really can't. It became so prevalent that it caught the eyes of knockoff companies everywhere. And since every single knockoff company likes to take a franchise and mesh it together with LEGO, yeah, you know where this is going. But before I show most of these, your discretion is highly advised before viewing any of these monstrosities. And this will become more than apparent, trust me. But to prove that knockoff companies can do good sometimes, we've got this big ass set. Yeah, I could nitpick the minifigures' faces, and we'll be doing that, and also the unnecessary amount of printings in the Pokemon, but this is really the best it gets. And if you think Charizard's likeness isn't present in this set, just you wait until I show you some of the amalgamations I've got in store for you. Another trend that I've noticed that knockoff companies like to do are figures made entirely out of bricks, and the results are always quite traumatizing. We have vaguely looking Pokemon brick structures, some of which looking like their will to live is fading drastically. And to be honest, I don't blame them, especially Onyx. I mean, he probably doesn't even have a will to live at all. His lack of eyes really doesn't make him look like he's already 6 foot under. Now that I think that the closer you look at any of them, the more distorted and disfigured they become. Take for example Pikachu here. When you squint your eyes, he kinda looks like him, but when you inevitably open them, he looks like roadkill. Which isn't really good for the kids, but neither is this, a more detailed Pikachu LEGO statue. And that open mouth really doesn't give me some disturbing vibes. But the fact that the attention to detail is so good that they've used a pink stud for the tongue really impresses me. Which says a lot about the knockoff industry, I tell you that. If I'm impressed by one single stud, then they can do so much more. Right, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're going straight into the deep end here by showing you this. Whoops, sorry, not this. It's even worse than this. At least the company put in the effort to make unique minifigures for Pikachu, Pikachu, and disfigured Pikachu. And that's about it. You've got so many different versions of Ash and Red in there for some reason. I don't know why they thought he was Ash. And yeah, they also include cards. Let's just not get into that. They're probably really thin cardboard pieces of crap. These are the monstrosities I meant to show you all. Kanto starters represented in small minifigure brick form. Now, I don't know if the creators of this seen a Pikachu, or are just a bit ambitious with the design, but this is closer to a toilet than a damn Pikachu. A piss yellow toilet. Fitting, isn't it? And Bulbasaur is just... I don't even need to point out what is wrong with this figure. Can it even classify as one? Actually, it would be more difficult if I tried pointing out what's right with this. But I'll leave that to whoever wants to take up the challenge, because I sure as hell can't. However, the printing is alright. To a degree. I mean, let's be honest. Without the printed pieces, these would just look like someone randomly put together a few small bricks. Which probably isn't too far from the truth, actually. But we've got another wave, with 4 more poor souls dragged into the abyss. I mean, we have 4 more Ashes. It's not like we needed more of them, no. But at least Bulbasaur is looking just a tad bit better. That's not saying much, but he looks a lot healthier. At least he has legs now. I mean, I don't think Gengar, Jigglypuff, Pidgeot, and Eevee are faring too well in their new, disgusting forms either. And neither have the rest of the Pokemon casts, such as Ash, Misty, Ash, some chick, Ash, and Ash, and some other guy I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know my Pokemon anime lore, I only play the games. And if this isn't considered animal cruelty, then I really can't conjure up in my mind what would possibly be considered animal cruelty. But the printings... Oh god, the printings. This is the face of a lost soul. I mean, he's been reincarnated hundreds of times as a knockoff, so I really can't say I blame him. And plenty more to come, spoiler alert. And someone did us all a favour by finally putting down Lego Jigglypuff and replacing her with... this? Okay, I know it's supposed to be Mewtwo, but I can only suspend my disbelief for so long. But at least Ash doesn't have to be alone, considering all of his friends are here too in the next wave. Why would someone do this? This is sick! Sick and disturbed! Such a great toy. I wonder if the likes of Lele, Decool, or any of the other familiar knockoff companies made this. Oh, elephant. That's new. That's really new. That has taken me by surprise. Well, that's one way to avoid a cease and desist. And because knockoff companies have so much unsold stock, for some odd reason, gee, I wonder why! You've got all of the starters of Gen 1, with of course, Ash in every single one of them. What are these? This is a piss poor attempt at a playset. You can't just slap a few bricks together and call it a day. It has to make sense. And you can stitch them together if you want. And it'll just look like an even bigger mess than before. What's that? You want a realistic landscape? Well, let's put a forest next to a giant waterfall and across from a bloody lava flow. And as if the first example wasn't proof enough that knockoff companies are capable of better, let me show you the place where knockoff Pokemon go to get revived. Cause let's face it, once the undead are dead, they stay undead, and I'm dead serious about that. And what better way to describe these monstrosities? Wait, they're not Pokemon? Ah, gotcha, they're pet elves, aye. When your pet elves get downed, the only place you can go is the Pet Elf Center, of course. Wait, Pokemon? Make up your damn mind, mate. Decool. Should have known, honestly. After creating countless amounts of Bionicle knockoffs that didn't even differentiate from the actual set, they finally do something different. Pitiful. And I didn't know Eevee knew Flamethrower. But then again, I could just be mistaken because most of these Pokemon look like they're vomiting. Well, why are you standing there? There, the Pet Elf Center is right there, go! Inside it's pretty claustrophobic, but I have to be brutally honest in this case. This is unironically kind of good. I mean, you've got to give Decool this. Their attention to detail in this set is absolutely fantastic. It would have been nice if you kept these monstrosities out of this. Their vomit, everything about them's disgusting. Get them away. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. But if any of you are looking for a set, caution, you may get a specific illness, and it's probably not going to be Pokerus. So, that was a great journey. Not only have I learned so much more about myself, but I actually have content to post after 6 months of not posting. Wait, unless some bummed faker in another dimension was uploading to the channel during my absence. But that's highly unlikely. However, it's something I shouldn't rule out either.